Peachies! Welcome back to Dear Peachy. Have you ever felt like your Korean natural makeup look doesn't quite hit the mark? You've got the straight brows, the flat eyeliner. You've done everything right, but somehow it still feels a little off. Almost like your makeup isn't working as hard as it should? Well, today's video with Zuo is going to change that. She's going to walk you through a super detailed routine to transform your Korean-style everyday look. Zuo's account on XiaoHongShu has been gaining a lot of attention, and she's already built a following of over 100K. Most of her looks are inspired by Korean and Chinese makeup styles. Perfect if you're going for something fresh, natural, or if you have softer, low-contrast features. If that sounds like your vibe, you should definitely check out her page. The very first step, and honestly the most important one, is clean skin. For girls with dry skin like Zuo, here's a tip from her. Before applying anything, she takes toner pads or cotton soaked with essence and lays them across the face for about 3 to 5 minutes. While they're soaking into her skin, she keeps a little facial mist handy so the skin stays hydrated. Once the time's up, she uses the pads to gently wipe the skin. This not only refreshes the face, but also removes dead skin and excess oil so foundation grips better. She focuses extra on areas that usually cake up. This doubles as hydration too. When the skin feels slightly tacky, it's ready for makeup. If you're heading out, don't forget sunscreen and primer. But since Zuo isn't going anywhere today, she dives straight into foundation. Zuo loves the Uni Club foundation. It's her holy grail base product, the one she keeps repurchasing because it's affordable and never lets her down. She starts with about 2 pumps, picks it up with a brush, and applies from the center of the face outward. To get that juicy, glass skin finish, she dampens her puff with a bit of mist, taps off the excess, and presses the foundation in. The first layer gives an even, sheer coverage. But to really lock in that flawless porcelain skin look, Zuo always goes for a second layer. She applies it to the center of the face, T-zone, forehead and chin, with slightly a little bit more to give better coverage. Then she blends it out from the center. This builds up coverage without looking heavy, and it stays put even if you're wearing it all day. For contour and highlight, Zuo prefers creams or liquids formulas because they blend so naturally into the base. She always does this step before setting her face. For contour, she begins with the nose. Instead of starting at the root, she begins along the bridge, filling 2 short, straight lines. Then, she draws a little outward V on the tip, a line just beneath it, and a small inward V above. She adds tiny strokes on the nostrils with a light hand. Next, she contours the lips by shading along the philtrum and under the lips for that 3D effect. Then she blends it softly with a brush until it looks like her natural bone structure. For matte highlight, she fills in a triangle shape on the smile lines. Some touches on the nose bridge, forehead, and chin. By folding her puff into half for more precise control, she blends everything out within the inner contour region, which is the area not exceeding the outer corner of your eyes. This keeps the face lifted and balanced. Exceeding this area can make your face look wider instead. A little brightness at the corners of the mouth makes the whole face look fresher and fuller. Just look at the difference between two sides of the face. At this point, the base is looking flawless. Usually you can apply powder to set the base. But for Zuo, she loves adding cream blush before setting her base, as this can help it to last longer on your skin. She dabs it onto a puff, evens it out on her hand, then applies to the cheeks, nose, and chin, blending softly so it looks natural. This step really makes the complexion come alive. Once that's done, it's time to set. Zuo always uses a fine, silky, loose powder to give an airy and breathable layer to lock everything in without suffocating the skin. Before patting the powder puff on your face, rub the puff together to evenly distribute the powder particles. She presses it gently onto the center of the face, but avoids the glow zones so the signature Korean dewy finish stays intact. The result is a base that's matte in the right places, dewy where it matters, and beautifully dimensional. Now let's move to brows. Zuo mixes the two shades from the Judy Doll palette in shade Raw Wood. By using a flat brow brush, she starts shading from the tail forward, keeping the strokes light and feathery at the front. Then she fills in the brow strokes using a brow pencil to create the bushy look. This creates that soft, straight Korean brow that frames the eyes without looking harsh. For eyeshadow, she sweeps a muted pink shade across the lids, then deepens the crease and outer corner with. On the lower lid region, she focuses color on the outer half for balance, blending everything together so it looks seamless. Changing to a smaller brush, she takes the deeper pink shade to add it within her crease. Blend it out slightly further away from the outer corner to extend the length of the eyes. To contour the aegyasil, she mixes the two shades together, a lighter and deeper brown. Zuo starts in the center of the lower lash line, blending the shade forward first, and then towards the back. The outer end of the aegyasil is open-ended, making it look fuller and widening your eyes. Same goes for the other. Start in the middle, blend it forward, then backward. And you will get a supernatural-looking aegyasil. To highlight it, she uses the nude shade in the palette and applies it to the middle of her aegyasil. For the inner eyeliner, she actually uses the darkest shade from the palette. To avoid fallout, she dampens the brush first before picking up the shade. She then smudges along the lash line and extends straight outward. It's all about that flat, elongated Korean eyeliner. If she wants extra staying power, she reinforces the outer corner with a liquid or gel liner. She curls her lashes before applying her falsies. She then applies mascara at the top and bottom lashes. For this look, Zuo chooses super lightweight, airy lashes. They open up the eyes without looking too overwhelmed. We have posted a video on how to apply falsies on our channel previously. You can definitely check it out. Once they're on, her eyes instantly look brighter and more animated. To polish everything, she takes a matte highlighter and brightens the mid-face area to improve the forward projection of her face. She dabs some on her forehead and T-zone too. She goes back to the matte highlighter and adds it to the nose bridge and brow bone. This subtly enhances all her features without overdoing it. Zuo is also intensifying the shadows by going over to the highest point of her cheekbone and jawline with contour powder, swiping the shade inwards. Next, Zuo uses a pink, shimmery highlighter to highlight the inner corner of her eyes, nose bridge, and tip to elevate the whole look. For lips, Zuo goes with a soft, pinkish tint. She She blends the lip cream on the edges of her lip with her finger for that blurred, cushiony look, and since her lips are a little on the thinner side, she extends slightly outward. As a cute finishing touch, she adds a tiny beauty mark under the eye. It ties the whole look together perfectly. And there you have it. Zuo's super detailed, super classic Korean-style natural makeup look. Fresh, soft, and perfect for everyday wear. So, what do you think about this look? Will you be trying it out too? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. Goodbye!